There are two different settings you can set up within compression. It'll change the way the compressor behaves. So peak settings respond purely to the peak level of the signal. The second anything crosses the threshold, it'll respond immediately with the compression. RMS produces a more relaxed version of compression that is more closer to the human's perception of loudness. A limiter is a downward compressor with a ratio of 10 to 1 or higher. Obviously meant to have a stronger effect than a compressor. It limits the level to a certain threshold, thus the name, limiter. A compressor will smoothly reduce the gain, while a limiter will prevent any gain from passing the threshold at all. Now we're going to talk about limiter controls. They're basically kind of similar to a compressor. The only two things that are different are the look ahead and the ceiling. Compressors react when they see a transient coming. The look ahead is meant to give the compressor more time to see these transients and therefore not let any of the initial transients pass through. And the ceiling is the level at which to not exceed. Multiband compressors and compressors split into compressing different frequencies called bands. You can adjust the compression to behave any way you want for each band individually. And that's the beauty of multiband compression. I wouldn't recommend the beginner to pick up multiband compression though, just because it's a fairly dangerous tool. You can destroy the tone of whatever sound you're working on pretty quickly with it. Alright, so real quick, I'm going to be showing you guys all the different compressors we have in Ableton. These are all of them. The compressor, the glue compressor, the multiband dynamics, aka the multiband compressor, and the limiter. I'm going to teach you how to use all of them real quick, except for the multiband compressor. That one is more for advanced compression. So deleting that one real quick, I just want you guys to know it exists. Alright, I'm going to teach you guys all the controls on a compressor real quick. Alright, so at the top left here we have the ratio. Turn that to the right to turn it up, turn it to the left to turn it down. 1 to 1 is as low as it goes. If you want it to go the other way, you're going to want to use an expander. Then there's the attack and release here, and the auto release button, if you don't like setting the release yourself. Then you can change the threshold here. You can open up some different settings down here as well. You can change the look at it here, the knee, the type of algorithm. You can get a different view of it as well. I like this one. You can change the threshold here, the output. You can change the mode. It could be peak, RMS, expansion. You turn on and off the makeup gain here at the top right. Then you can change the dry wet signal at the bottom right here. And don't forget you can enable it at the top here. Or hide and show the sidechain. Next we have the glue compressor. It's set up fairly similarly. As you can see, there's a attack and release ratio, threshold, makeup gain, still auto makeup gain. There's a soft clip which changes the wave distortion. If you're ever curious about any of these, you can read the tooltip at the bottom left here. You can change the range of the compression down here on the glue compressor, as well as the dry wet signal. Then we have a limiter, which is set up fairly simply. You just change the input, and then you have a look at it here, and then you got your release, and you got your ceiling. Not much to it. Okay, now I'm gonna show you guys the application of it in a song. Alright, if you guys saw my basic EQ lesson, I also used this beat in that one. So we're gonna use the same beat and the same changes from it.